Hey everybody, Jordan Yance back again with PictureMonk.com. I'm here to give you another sort of tutorial. It's not exactly like a traditional tutorial. It's more of a workflow process that I have found to be really helpful for me, um, and it's kind of a staple of what I do to every photo. So, this is sort of the 5 things that I do to every photo before doing any creative edits or anything along those lines. So let's go ahead and get started. It's going to be pretty easy. Just kind of follow along here. And so here we go. The first thing you want to do that I found, even if you are going to only have your photos on the web, is to change the PPI of your photos, the pixels per inch of your photos. And that just makes it to where I always change mine to 300, and that's the ideal for physical printing. If you wanted to get your photos printed somewhere, that's what I found that works best. And I mean, it makes your photos look super sharp anyway when you post them online, because the only the screen definition is sort of around 72 pixels per inch. Some even 150 is good. But I still change mine at 300. It will increase your file size, but it really doesn't matter. So um, the way you do that in Photoshop is you go to image size, and that'll bring up a dialog box here, and it'll basically give you the width dimensions, the height dimensions, and the resolution. And I have mine automatically set when I import a photo from Camera Raw. Camera Raw automatically converts it to 300, and so when it comes into Photoshop, it's automatically 300. So if yours is not 300, go ahead and change it to that, and just click OK. The next thing we're going to do is clone stamping, and that's just basically cleaning up parts of the image. In this image, I don't necessarily have much that I need to clean up, but I will go ahead and maybe clean up some of these leaves down here. And the way you do that is you basically make a blank layer. And if you want more of an in-depth part on this, just visit my other video. I'll link it here. And it has to do with only doing clone stamping and removals and stuff like that. So I'll just click the clone stamp tool. I'll go zoom in here down somewhere in the image. Let's see what we can clean up. Most of the stuff is just random. So we'll just clean up, I guess, this leaf down here. Let's see what clean up. Gotta just get loose with that. Let's see, we'll take out that leaf. Like I said, I don't really have many removals I need to do on this image, but this is just for tutorials purposes. There we go. All right, so it's not a drastic change, but you can see once you toggle the eyeball to show and hide the layer, you can see that it's taking those leaves away. All right, so now that we got that taken care of, we need to do some sharpening to the image. And the way you sharpen, or the best way that I've found to sharpen the image and not have it look over the top, is to highlight the background layer, the main layer of your image, and go to Filter, Sharpen, and then Unsharpen Mask. If you want more of details on this, visit PictureMonk.com/sharpen, and then you can see a good written article about this. But my main amounts that I always put in here is 100 and 1.5. 100 for the amount, 1.5 for the radius. I found that works best with the 300 resolution that we just set in step 1. So we'll go ahead and click OK, and that'll apply the sharpening. As you can tell, it did sharpen the image, but not over the top like you see on some of the photo sites. The next thing we're going to do is levels. Levels is just going to add some contrast to the image. Since this was taken pretty much midday, not the best time to do it, but midday, it's already a really kind of high contrasty image. But we're going to add a little bit more just to show you here. The way I like to add contrast is levels. So we'll go to the little add new adjustment layer, and then levels, and that'll bring up this box right here. And we want to increase the blacks and the whites. We don't really mess with the midtones as much. But for the blacks, we're just going to click on the black handle and then hold the Alt key on a PC and the Option key on a Mac, and that'll change everything to white. And you want to slide it just enough to where it starts bringing back some of the image. As you can tell, since it was a high contrast image, it's already got some, and we're not even increasing any. So we're bringing back some of the image. You can kind of see the park benches coming in a little bit. That'll be good. The whites, the whole sky is probably going to be blown out a lot, so we're just going to bring back a little bit right around there. So as you can see, didn't bring back much, but it brought back a little bit of the contrast. And then the final thing that I usually do to every photo is dodging and burning. I also have an article on picturemonk.com about dodging and burning. It's super simple. I think I have a video on it as well on this channel. So the way I dodge and burn is I create a blank layer, and then I go to the blending modes or blending options, and then choose overlay. And then I'll grab the paintbrush. Make sure it's a fairly large paintbrush. I want to just use whites and blacks for my colors, and the way you do that to get your default colors, which is white and black, click the D key, and that'll change your defaults black. So defaults back to black and white. So I have black set, and what I want to do for the black is just kind of, let's increase the opacity a little bit. Again, if you want to see the full tutorial on dodging and burning, visit my website and the channel, the video on this channel. I'm just going to paint over the trees a little bit to darken them up a touch. Don't want to go too crazy. Since we have a low opacity, we can still kind of paint over the same area and get a kind of gradual change. All right, that'll be good for that. You can see the difference it makes. And then I want to go to white, and that'll do the dodging part. We want to lighten up some of this. And with dodging and burning, it's kind of personal preference. I mean, whatever looks good to you. I want to brighten up this column here. It's a really good way to make certain things stand out in your image. So it just brightened up the front of the column, maybe brighten up the spots around here. There we go. That little spot. Brighten up the benches a little bit. All right. And you can see what it did. If we toggle it off, toggle it back on, it just kind of makes certain things of the image pop out. And that's a really great and easy way to do that. Super easy. So that's the 5 things I do to every photo. Now, if I was going to edit this photo, continue to edit this photo, I'm probably going to lean more towards a black and white, just because of the blown out sky. Like I said, it wasn't the best time to take this photo, but I wanted to shoot. So what we're going to do with this black and white, mainly just bring the yellows down just a touch to make the statue stand out a little bit more. Maybe knock down the cyans a bit, blues a touch, the reds a little bit. I don't know, maybe something like that, but that's basically it. That's what I would do. That's the 5 things I would do to every photo before any creative edits are done. And so if you guys have any questions, just leave comments in the video. Visit the site at picturemonk.com, and I will see you guys in the next video.